Hello and welcome to this short video about multiplying and dividing surds. Now, if I've got something like this, the square root of 13 multiplied by the square root of 7, that works out to be the same as the square root of 91. And here, the square root of 10 multiplied by the square root of 6 is the same as the square root of 60, as is the square root of 20 times the square root of 3. Hopefully you can see there's a simple pattern going on here, and it does always hold true. The square root of a multiplied by the square root of b is just the square root of ab. So if I've got two things in a square root, I've got two different surds, and I want to multiply them together, I can just have one square root sign and multiply the two numbers together. Now luckily there's a pattern that we can use for this as well, for dividing. The square root of 6 over the square root of 2 is the same as the square root of 6 over 2, which is the square root of 3. Square root of 20 over the square root of 5 is the square root of 20 over 5, which in this case is the same as the square root of 4, which is obviously 2. So here, that's going to be the root 2. This is going to be root 5. The square root of a over the square root of b is just the square root of a over b. Being able to swap between these different ways of seeing the surds can be really useful for different questions. Now, when we're multiplying out brackets, we're going to use exactly the same rules as we use when we're multiplying out brackets for algebra. So I'm going to do first times first, so then I'm going to get 50, outer times outer, so I'm getting minus 5 root 3's. Remember, root 3 is a thing, it's a number in its own right, so if I multiply it by 5, I will just get 5 root 3. Then here, I'm going to get plus 10 root 3. And then if we think about what's going on here, square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is just 3. I've got a plus and a minus, so that's going to be minus 3. So overall, I'm going to have 50 minus 3 to get that 47. I've got minus 5 root 3's and plus 10 root 3's. So if you imagine a pile of 10 root 3's and I've taken 5 of them away, I get plus 5 root 3. Exactly the same idea is going to happen here. First times first is 21. First times last, or outer times outer, is minus 3 root 5. Then plus 7 root 5 from the inner times inner. And finally, I'm going to get minus 5, because remember, root 5 times 5 is just 5. So overall here, I'm going to have 21 minus 5 to give me 16. Now I've got plus 7 root 5's, and I'm taking 3 root 5's away, so that's plus 4 root 5. So it's one more example. So 180 minus 20 root 10 plus 9 root 10 minus 10, which overall will give me 170 plus 11 root 10. I hope that helps. Thanks very much.